Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alexandra Pankala, and I'm one of the customer success managers here at ResearchFish. Today, I would like to welcome you to a training session on how to use ResearchFish platform as a funding organization administrator. And I would like to also introduce Jorge Mayorga, who is customer success manager as well. Jorge will be assisting today with answering your questions. So please feel free to type your question during a webinar. Please feel free to type your question in Q&A box. And Jorge and I will be looking at these questions later on. Also, please be aware that this webinar is being recorded, and recording will be circulated later on in the upcoming December newsletter. So the agenda will be divided into 3 sections. Firstly, I would like to show you, explain you ResearchFish capabilities on the ResearchFish platform. Secondly, I will be talking about the communication and importance of communication leading up to successful submission period. And at the end of the webinar, once again, we will look at your questions. So I hope it is clear. Let me share the screen first. Can you please confirm you can see my screen and hear me well? Okay, great. Thank you very much, Tony, for confirming that. So before you begin using ResearchFish platform, you would need to have an account to access a platform as a funding organization administrator. So how you would do this? You would need to accept an invitation from an existing administrator at your organization. And firstly, I would like to show you how to do it. So this account you can see at the moment, it is a mock account created for webinar and test purposes. So I would like to remind you that we are not revealing any confidential information, and all the information you will see, it is simply taken from the test account for the test funder organization. So let's start from showing you how to create and how to send an invitation to become a funder organization administrator. So if you will look at the menu on the left-hand side, you will see many different sections. I will be talking about this section in few minutes, but now I would like to concentrate on section under General Admin title, which is called User Accounts. So if I would click on User Accounts, this is a place when you can see all the current administrators for your funding organizations. But from here, you can also add a new administrator to your organization, and you can send an invitation. So I would like to start from showing you how to send an invitation to become a future administrator. So if you will look at this page, at the bottom of the page, there is a blue bar, add a new administrator. So I would click on it. And you will see here a form that needs to be completed. It's very straightforward form. So you would need to add a name, email address, and then you would need to decide which roles you are granting to a new administrators. So you can choose a full access, all roles, which is basically means the same, or you can choose other roles. Then you will see a pre-populated email with a title Research Fish Administrator. This email can be changed, personalized, edited, but please do not remove this information in the brackets because they contain the most important part of this invitation, so link. So this email will be sent from email address admin@researchfish.com. So we would advise to actually save this email address to your safe inbox addresses in your inbox folder. Sometimes the email arrives arrives to junk folder or spam folder, so that is why it's better to save this email address admin@researchfish.com to your safe list. So when you would click send invitation, the future administrator at your organization would receive email, and this email will contain invitation link. So what will happen then? The future administrator would need to click on it, on this link, and they will be presented with two options. The first option will be stating, I already have a ResearchFish account, and the second option will be saying, I don't have account. So according to their relevant situation, they need to follow option 1 or option 2. So what will happen after login? So upon login, you will see my awards page, and this is landing page. This is a default page. As a funding organization administrator, you are unlikely to have any awards. So this page, it's predominantly for PIs, for researchers, for delegates, because here they will see list of all awards. So this section on the left-hand side, my awards, our community, knowledge base, my account, and my downloads are available for all ResearchFish users. But because you are, I want to only check, Jorge, can you, yes, we are recording, I'm sorry. But because you are a funding organization administrator, you will be able to see these additional functions under the eval section. So all the functions here are your administrative capabilities on ResearchFish platform. So you already created an account, and now I would like to show you these capabilities from a submission period life cycle perspective. I'm sure that some of you will be aligning to UK Multifunder submission period, which is starting in February. So it's the time for you to start the preparation. And I think it would be good to show you how to navigate ResearchFish platform from this submission period life cycle perspective. So first step you would need to do, you would need to create awards or add awards into the system or change, edit existing awards. So how you can do it? There are two options, two ways of doing this. First option is to create, add awards or change existing awards in bulk. And the second option, if you don't have many awards, you can add your awards manually or change existing awards also manually. So first I would like to show you how to create awards or change existing awards by using this bulk process. So again, you would need to look at the eval section. We are scrolling down a little bit, and under upload section, you will see there is a folder which is called Award Details RHT Uploader. So let's click on it. So RHT stands for Respondent Hierarchy Table. It's basically Excel spreadsheet. It's a list of your awards that you would need to edit, and then upload into the system. So here on this page, you will find guidance, instruction on how to do it. So you have, from the beginning, you have two options to choose from. First option is to download template, including awards. Second option is download blank template. So usually, if you are a new funder organization administrator and it's the first time you are working with ResearchFish, and also it's a first submission period for your organization, you would download a blank template because you would start to add a new awards. But if you worked before with ResearchFish organization and you previously run submission periods in past, then we are advising to use this template, which includes already awards. So that's the first step. We need to download a template. I will download blank template. So I will click on the blank template only for the webinar presentation purposes. So let's do it. Now the page is loading and you will see here message, your download has been queued and will process shortly. Once complete, you will be able to find the file in the My Downloads page on ResearchFish. So My Downloads page, it's here and it's available for all ResearchFish users. So if I will click here at the moment, we should see that our download is pending. And the system will also notify you when this download will be ready. So you can see that I was actually testing before our webinar today. I was already downloading some documents. So these documents are ready. This one is pending. When the download will be ready, you will see here, besides My Downloads section, there will be number in the red circle. So let's leave it at the moment. This action is pending. We will go back to our uploader RHT. So again, we are looking at the section uploads, award details RHT uploader. So after completing the form and adding a new awards or changing existing awards and saving this document into your desktop, you would need to come back here to this page, Eval Awards Details RHT Uploader, and you would upload completed form. So you would click upload, and pull your information from the desktop. What will happen then? Once uploaded, your file will be checked by our system, and this may take several hours, after which you would receive a notification and it will be sent to your registered email address, and the feedback will be provided, and this feedback you will find in My Downloads section, My Downloads page. If your upload is unsuccessful, you will find a feedback file which also indicate which awards were not entered into the platform, into the template correctly. And you will be also given a solution. So the feedback will not only provide you information about errors, but also it will tell you how to correct these errors. And then you will need to attempt another upload. If your upload is successful, our data team will perform what we called a data quality check, data quality review. And should any issue be identified at this stage, you will be contacted by our support team via email, and they will assist you in addressing these issues. And then you would need to try another upload. And please note that it can take up to 2 weeks from the date you upload your RHT template for your awards to be added into the platform. And if at any point you would need to make any changes, then this 2-week time frame will recommence. So In the meantime, while I was explaining you how to upload RHT and what will happen after RHT upload, our download is complete. As you can see, number 1 in red circle appears here. So if I will go back to our download, our RHT respondent hierarchy template, so list of the awards, Excel spreadsheet is ready. So I can click on the download, which I did already before this webinar. So here is our download. And you remember that I downloaded blank template. So this is how the RHT looks like. This RHT is divided into 2 tabs. The first tab, award details, so this needs to be completed by you as a funding organization administrator. And on the second tab, you will find guidance, how this template is supposed to be completed. So we have mandatory fields that needs to be completed, but some of the fields you can simply ignore. Some of the fields are optional. So here you will find information like award details, award reference number, funder name, funder ID, PI details such as name, PI ID number, PI email address, many useful information which needs to be added into this RHT. And I would like to talk about few of them which are quite important. So once again, we are looking at the field description. So you can see the name of the column, description, if it's mandatory or if you can ignore it or if it's optional, and then guidance. So for example, if I'm looking at the funder, this column is mandatory. This is the name of the funding organization, and the guidance says that you need to add here the name of your funding organization. Also in the RHT, you would need to add and provide another information which is mandatory and which is called response code. What is the response code? So response codes indicates whether submission is required or not. And we have 6 response codes, when number 6 means test response code. And I would like to talk briefly now about all the response code we have. So response code 1 means that the submission is mandatory. Response code 2 means that there is a temporary exemption. So for example, PI researcher have a paternity or maternity leave, and they don't need to require to submit, not in this submission period. It will be a submission period at a future date. Response code 3 means that no further submission will be expected against this award. So when you are looking at your awards and the response codes are either 2 or 3, you wouldn't normally ask them to submit, because the submission is not required for awards which are assigned to submission 2 and 3. Response code 4 essentially means the same as a response code 1, but it means that the PI moved to a different organization. And response code 5 means that the submission is non-mandatory. So when you are assigning awards into future submission period, we are always advising to assign awards with response code 1, 4, and 5. You can also find additional information and documentation on the platform itself, or you can even follow the link from RHT. As you can see, we included the link, and you can check description of all the response codes. Another quite useful and important information when you will be completing this RHT, it's sharing status. So usually this information is at the end of RHT. We can have a look. So sharing status supposed to be somewhere at the end, if I remember correctly, sharing status, which is a mandatory. And if we will look at the field description, sharing status determines whether the research organization where the award is based can see the award. So you would need to specify one of the following, and you can choose don't share or full share. So I hope this RHT, it's quite clear. I have provided you with the clear explanation. Do you have any questions? Let me look at our chat. Everything is clear. Great, thank you very much. Okay, so this is the first way of creating awards, adding awards into the system. And of course, if you download the template, let's go back to our RHT uploader. If you download a template with existing awards, you do not need to add new awards only. You can also change existing awards. So like it's written here, you can create new awards and make changes to existing awards. If you would download this template, including awards, you can start to adding new awards simply from the new line, from the new row. So you can continue. So I hope this RHT, it's quite self-explanatory, but of course, if you have any additional questions, please reach to your dedicated customer success manager or contact our support team. So that's the first way of creating, adding awards or changing existing awards in bulk. And we are usually recommending this process if you have many awards to add or to change. There is a second way of adding awards or changing existing awards, and the second way is manual process. And we usually recommend to use a manual process when you do not have many awards to add or you don't have many edits to perform. And now I would like to show you how to create awards manually. So again, we are looking at the eval section. And this time you would need to find a folder where it's written awards. So you would need to click on awards. And on this page, you can actually not only create awards or edit awards, but you can also perform operation on them. You can assign awards to a submission period. You can assign additional questions if you have any additional questions. You can send invitation to researchers from this page. You can assign response codes in bulk. So you can perform many operations, and I will be showing you how to do it later on. But at the moment, I would like to focus on a process on how to manually add awards into the system. So we need to look at the right-hand side. So here there is a blue bar where it's written add a new award. So you would need to click on it. So basically you are here, you can see here the same information, almost the same information like you already saw on RHT template. So here, but simply it's a different form. So some of the fields are mandatory, some of the fields are optional and you can ignore them. And you need to simply complete this form. So you need to provide information such as award reference number, award title, you need to choose from the drop-down list a discipline, so it can be generic, life science, etc. You need to choose from the drop-down list award type. And then you can also see that there is recently implemented new functionality, which is co-funding. If your award is co-funded by another organization, then you can add here the co-funder from the drop-down list. So for example, I can look for a specific funding organization, and then you can add here co-funder, and the co-funder will have availability to view the awards. Then you would need to decide, you would need to add information, what is the primary location? So where is the PI based? So for example, University of Cambridge. And again, let's see. So you have all the research organizations here in the drop-down list, and you need to look for the relevant to you. And then there is also other location field. So we encourage funders to make use of this other location field where applicable, and when this information is known. If you do this for awards based at the more than one research organization, then it allow all the research organizations to see and upload outputs for the awards, as long as you indicated that the award detail can be shared with research organizations. You can add it through the platform, so here, or by sending a separate data update request after RHT, so respondent hierarchy table has been processed. Another mandatory fields are funding start date, funding end date, what is the award currency, and what are response codes. So again, as a kind reminder, number one, response code 1 means that submission is expected, is mandatory this year. Response code 2 means that no submission is expected this year. The award holder has 1 year exemption, for example, paternity, maternity leave. Response code 3, no further submission are expected against this grant. The award holder is retired, no longer active in research. Number 4, the award holder is expected to make the submission. So the submission is mandatory, the same like response code 1, but researcher moved to different organization. It's not based anymore in the same research organization. And number 5, submission is non-mandatory for this award. Then you can assign this award to reporting note. I will be talking about the reporting notes later on. You can also assign from here submission period, or you can do it later when you will be assigning awards to correct submission period in bulk. And then you need to decide which PI will hold this award. So you can choose from existing PI. So you can look up for this specific PI by typing the name, for example. If you would like to create a new PI, then you will choose the second option, enter PI. So if I would click on it, I would need to complete additional fields, such as PI ID number, PI title, initial, surname, email address. And here you have actually options. The system, when you are adding a new PI and you would not tick this option, then the invitation will be sent to PI directly. At the same moment you are creating an award. If you would like to do it at later stage, together with communication, because we are advising also when you are creating awards, we are talking about importance of communication, and when you are following everything on the platform and setting up everything on the platform, communication is really important. So you do not need to send this invitation at the same stage while creating awards. You can do it at later stage when you are also planning to send additional communication from your organization domain email address. And if you would like to send invitation together when you are creating a word, you would also see a pre-populated email. So the email title, it's access to ResearchFish. And here you are inviting PI to accept invitation and to create ResearchFish account. So again, you can personalize this template, you can edit the template, but we are advising not to remove anything in the brackets because the PI would not receive invitation link, which is the most important part of this email. And once again, as a kind reminder, all the emails which are sent from the platform are sent from email address admin@researchfish.com. So you can also notify your researchers to expect to receive emails from this email address. And again, when I will be talking about communication, I will show you useful resources and templates which you can use while corresponding to with your PIs. So we already follow submission period life cycles. We perform a few steps. So as a recap, what you need to do first. So first you need to have, of course, ResearchFish account. Then you would need to create awards, new awards, or change existing awards, and you can do it following two different options. The first option is to upload your awards via RHT Excel spreadsheet template. And this is advised if you have many awards, you can do it in bulk process. Or second option, you can add your awards manually. So also, for your information, when you are adding awards manually, creating awards manually on this page, if you will click Save, the awards, it's created, added instantly. So there is no data review process. You do not need to wait 2 weeks like it is with RHT. So with the RHT, there is an upload process, there is a review process, and it's more time consuming. But of course, it's more time consuming for you because you need to fill in the spreadsheet. With manual process, you are adding awards or editing them, and this process is instant. So the awards are added into the system immediately. So this is how you are creating awards, and you can also change the awards. But let's follow again submission period life cycle. So what you would do after creating awards or changing existing awards, you would then need to create a submission period. So how to do it? So again, we are looking at the eval section, and under submission management, you have three subsections: active submission periods, past submission period, and extend submission period by award. So if you would like to create a new submission period, you would need to click on the active submission period. And I'm sure you are aware what submission is, but again, as a kind reminder, submission is the act of PI when researcher PI confirming that their reported information are accurate, up to date and correct, and they are giving you permission to use this data. So when they are submitting, they are confirming with you data is correct, and you as a funding organization administrator, you can use their details. So here on this page, we can see that we already have one active submission window. And this submission period is called indefinite. It was open start date 11th of June 2018, and it will end 11th of June 2029. So let's now create another submission period. And I would like to show you how to do it. So again, process is very easy, straightforward, and I think it will take like literally a few seconds. So I need to click add a new submission period. And then you would need to firstly give a name to a newly created submission period. And we are advising to choose simple names without any special characters, because then our system will not recognize it. So the best option is to create a really simple and straightforward name. And usually it's year and the name of the submission period. So I can create for you a test submission period. We can call it 2025, or I see that we have already two 2025 submission period created. So we can go for 2025 test submission period. Start date, so let's agree that we want to align to UK 2025 multi-funder submission period. So the start date would be 3rd of February 2025, and the end date 13th of March 2025. And then you can click save, or save and add awards. And we can see that this submission period was created. Please don't worry if you will make any mistake here. You can come back here to this page, submission management, current and future submission period, active submission period, and you can edit. You can perform the edits. So you can click on the name itself, or you can click on the dates and simply change it. So if I will do it, I can still change the names and then save again. But let's pretend that we didn't make any errors. This is how we want to call our submission period, 2025 test submission period. So if we are following submission period life cycle, the next step would be assigning awards into the correct submission period. What we do now, we only create a submission period. We give it name, and we decided what will be the start date and what would be the end date. Now we need to add awards into this correct submission period. So from where we would do it? So again, we are looking at the eval section, and this time we would need to click on awards. We know this page, we can perform operation on awards here. And I was saying before that we are advising to assign awards with response code 145 into a submission period, into future submission period. So if I would like to see how many awards I have at the moment at my organization, then I would not add here any filters, any search criteria. I would need only to click show awards, and I can do it right now. So I clicked on show awards, and I will see all my awards. Please be aware that by default, page is only showing 10 entries. You can change this number by clicking on the number itself, so you can see up to 100 entries per page. maximum. So if, for example, you have more than 100 awards, then you would need to click next page, or select all the awards, which I will show you in few minutes. So please be aware that by default, you will only see 10 entries per page. So if you would like to see all the awards, you can change these numbers, or you can select this tick besides award reference number. But now system is telling you, you have only selected the awards visible on this page. So I only selected 10 awards. If you would like to select them all, then I would need to click select all 89 awards. Let's do it. So now I selected all 89 awards. And if I would scroll down, the moment you are selecting awards, all of them or few of them or only one, you will see this additional box, choose action drop box. And here you can perform operations on awards. So if I will open this choose action drop down list box, I can see that from here, I can assign submission period, assign additional questions or remove additional questions if your organization has any additional questions. I can download award data. I can change the response code in bulk. I can change a reporting note, and I can send invitation. So you remember when I was showing you how to create award manually, at the bottom of the page, there was information when you would add a new PI, then the invitation would be sent automatically from the system. If you would select tick option, the invitation would not be sent at that moment, at the moment of creation award. And I said that you can do it later. Here is the later. So here you can send invitation in bulk, or again, if you choose one award, you can also send invitation from this page. So you have many operations from this page possible to do. So let's pretend that I want to now assign my awards to the correct submission period. So I already told you that we are advising to assign awards with response code 145 to the correct submission period. Here, we do not know. We only know that we have 89 awards, but we don't know which response code we have. We can, of course, look for it. So how to do it? Under those three fields, there is an option add search term. So if I would click here, and once again click here, please select. Again, I can choose different kinds of filters. I want to see only awards with response code 145. So I can click here, response code, and it would be 145. Then I would need to click show awards once again. And now the system is telling me that actually 75 awards have response code 1, 4, and 5. And now, yes, that's, let's say, this is correct. I checked my documents, and I want to, as a funding organization administrator, I want to assign all of the 75 awards with response code 145 to my 2025 submission period. So how to do it? So again, you need to select this tick option. Again, the system will ask you and will tell you that I only selected 10 entries on the page. I want to select all of the 70 awards, so I need to click on it. The system is confirming that I have selected all 75 awards. And then I need to choose the correct action, which will be assign submission period. And because it's test account, I will see here many different submission period, but I'm looking for our submission period that we created few minutes ago, and it was 2025 test submission period. So I can click on it and I can click save. So you will have this pop-up message, request queue. You will be notified when it's done. We can click OK. So apart from assigning awards to correct submission period, like I said before, you can perform different operation on this page. You can, once again, for example, you can assign additional questions. You can send invitation from this page, and we can, I would like to show you how to do it. So if I will click send invitation, so now I choose only 2 awards, send invitation, click save, and you will see pre-populated template with a subject access to research fish. And this will be the text content of the email. So we already saw this email when we were creating awards manually. Again, feel free to edit this email, but please do not remove anything which is in the brackets. And then if you would click send, the PI would receive invitation from admin@researchfish.com. Please be informed that if there is an existing PI who already have ResearchFish account, they would not receive a new invitation. The new awards will be added into their system automatically. So this invitation is only sent to a new PIs in your organizations. So this is how to send invitation. Do we have any questions? No questions? Okay, so I will continue. So I choose actions. So please remember, following our submission period life cycle, after assigning correct awards with correct response codes to correct submission period, then you would need to send invitation. So first action will be assigning submission period and then sending the invitation. And of course, again, you can perform many operations on this page. The last thing that I would like to show you on this page, it's the table you can see here. So at the moment, we can see information such as award reference, title, award type, value, funding start date, end date, PI email address, last submitted, accepted invitation, number on invites, and action. You can change layout of this table according to your business needs by simply clicking on change columns. So if I will do that, change columns. So at the moment, there is a tick option besides award reference, title, award template, type, etc. So everything you can see here. Let's say I do not want to see funding start date. I don't want to see funding end date, but I want to see submission period. I want to see PI email address, and I want to see response code. So while doing that, you see that my table changed and it looks now different. So at the moment, I can see, again, award reference, but I also can see additional informations. So I can see submission period. I can see PI email address. I can see if it what is the response code. And you can also filter the view. So for example, if I will click on the response code, I can see from the lowest number or from the highest number. So from 5 or from 1. Apparently, we do not have any number 2, 3, or 4. So let's see at the moment if our awards has been assigned to 2025 submission period. So I was showing you how to assign awards to submission period. Now I would like to see this submission period and awards that they are already assigned. So how we can do it? So this time we will not choose response code, but we will look for the awards according to submission period. So let's click on the submission period. And now we will look at the 2025 test submission period. And let's click Show Awards. So we can see request to assign submission period processed successfully. And we can see that we had that 73 awards has been assigned to this 2025 submission period. As I remember correctly, it was 75 awards, but 2 of them were co-funded submission period. So as an example, I was not a lead funder in this example. So that's why I couldn't actually assign them to the correct submission period. So that's why we can see that 73 awards are assigned to the submission period. I can show you once again the 75. So if I will change this response, change filter. So let's go for response code. So once again, 1, 4, 5, show awards. Let's see all of them. So as you can see, there is 1 and 2. So both of these awards, if I will click on it, so this is this organization, it's co-funding organization. So you, as a co-funding organization, you can only view the awards. And if you will hover over this view co-funded award, editing is only available for awards you have created. So you won't be able to edit this co-funded award because you would not be a lead co-funding organization. I hope it is clear. And of course, you can also edit. Like we were creating awards manually, you can edit here awards manually. So you can change a title, you can change funding start date, etc., etc., and then scroll down and update your information. So this is very useful tool, awards page. You can search for awards and perform operation on them. And once again, you can assign awards from this page to the correct submission period, send invitation from this page to new PIs, and also perform different operations like assign additional questions, change the response codes in bulk, change the notes in bulk. So I hope it is clear. So this is how you set up a submission period, a submission window in platform. And when submission window will be open, then you have a possibility to actually track performance on your PIs. And we have few functionalities to do that. So first, I would like to talk about dashboard. So dashboard, it's a high level overview of how your researchers are performing during a submission period. And here you can see, so for example, in this test account, you can see that we have 4 locations, 79 PIs, and there is a 1 funder. If I will click on the primary location, I see research organization names. If I would click on PIs, once again, then I will have details who are the PIs and how many awards they have. And also very useful information at some, the dashboard has generally 3 background colors. So white background, that simply means that none of the awards are in active submission period at this very moment. Eventually, at some point, you will start to see either a red background or a green background. So here we can see red background, and red background means that the award is currently in active open submission window, but researcher has not submitted it yet. And an award with a green background means that the award is in active submission period and the PI has already submitted it. So at the moment, we do not have any PIs who submitted award. We have one award which is in active submission period, but it hasn't been submitted yet. And you can also, if I would click on the awards, you can also see here information such as award reference number, the name of the award, what is the primary location, what's the value of the award, and what are response code. And we already talked about the response code. Another useful functionality to actually track submission compliance and researcher performance, it's functionality which is called activity. And let me click on the activity. So here you can look at the attribution and submission. So on the left-hand side, you have attribution, and on the right-hand side, you have submission. So what is the attribution? So attribution generally means when the PI attributes, add or link an outcome to their award. So the PI login into the platform, they go to their award, and they enter the details of the outcome for this specific outcome category, and they attribute those outcomes to that award. And that moment that PI attributes links an outcome to an award, that's when you will be able to see on this page. So the moment of linking the outcome with the award, which is called attribution. And you can see attribution activity by date and cumulative attribution activity by date. So here we have 87 awards and 0 attribution in awards. But please be reminded that this is the test account. And on the right-hand side, we can see submission activity by date and cumulative submission activity by date. So again, when PI will submit, here you will also see the submission activity. You can also perform a search on this page. So for example, you can look at the activity in a specific section. So for example, publication or next destination or knowledge and future potential. You can filter by response codes, by reporting notes, and you can also choose relevant for your organization date. So it's very useful tool to actually track, monitor attribution and submission activities of the PIs who holds awards in your organization. Another useful tool, capability, functionality, it's reports. So reports give you a list of different outcomes, categories that researchers have to report on. So if, for example, I will click on publication, It will take you to a page with a high-level information, with a high-level view for your reporting purposes. So, for example, we will see here graphs, charts, and again, we do not have many numbers here because it's a test account, but it's a good overview for your organization. You can also, from this page, from the reports page, you can download the information. On the right-hand side, there is a download option, and you can download complete section or separate section in a Word document. So that's the reports. And another useful functionality, it's exports. So if I would click on the exports, the page is loading at the moment. So exports, usually funders are using this functionality when the submission period ends, so they want to see their data. So while the reports are high-level data, like a summary data, reporting data, etc., exports is if we want to download the raw data itself out of the system, and this tool is mainly used by the funder after the submission period ends. Like I mentioned already, many funders will align to multi-funder submission period, and also following this submission period, usually I think in April or May, we are running data extraction webinar. So this section will be explained in more detail by our chief analyst, Gavin Reddick. So today I will only give you a brief information on this export. So what we can do here is download data outcome or award data, and we can choose a specific submission period. So if I will click once again, we can choose specific submission period. We can choose most recently submitted, or we can choose a live data. So if I will select live data means that what's in the system at this very moment. So it doesn't matter if it's been submitted or not. The moment your organization creates awards in ResearchFish, that award is a live data. And the moment the PI attributes, so linked an outcome to an award, that outcome is a live data. So it might not be submitted yet. For example, I might have entered a publication and attributed this to an award for a specific organization, and this publication would be live data. So the next drop-down list, it's export type, and by default we can see RHT. So by downloading live data, award details, we are viewing all awards that are in the system right now. And RHT export will contain some additional information, additional columns, and it's different to RHT upload. So please be aware if you are creating new awards or changing existing awards and want, please do not use RHT export. So you need to use upload section award details RHT uploader, not RHT from the export type. The other options are common outcomes category. So for example, if I will choose publications, and I would click on the publication, it would export a list of every single publication that any PIs has attributed to any awards, and I've still got live data here. And I'm afraid it's not possible to just export all the outcomes once, because the content of each outcome, of each column headers for each outcome type is completely different. And then we can see export details. So we have a free option: export with award details, export with award details and funding specific categories, and entries without any award details. So if you would choose export details with, for example, publication with award details, you would see every publication. So, for example, if, let's say, the PI has 3 awards at your organization and attributes the same publication to all these 3 awards, you would see the same 3 publication. So you would see duplicates. If you would choose entries without details, so you would see publication information, but you would not see award information. So I hope it is clear. And like I said, this export type, this export functionality will be explained in more detail by Gavin Reddick, our chief analyst, when we will be holding data extraction webinar. Apart from choosing a live data, you can also choose to extract past submission period. So you will see all information according to the relevant old submission period. And if you would choose most recently submitted, so you would go and you will see all the data relevant to most recently submission period. So I hope it is clear. Now I would like to move to general admin section. And let's actually look at the categories. So category, it's a label that you can create and assign specific awards or number of the awards into the specific category. And it's very easy process to add a new category. If I would click here, add a new category, you would be presented with few options. So we have a text, select one, and select many. So for example, you can create a category which is, let's say, color 1, and then you can choose select one. So what does it mean? That you can only select this specific category, select award to the specific one color. So I can, so I already name it color 1. I choose option type select 1. I choose value only red. I can also add another color, let's say green. And then you need to decide if it's public or no. And a public category is visible to researchers and users from outside your organization when viewing award details. So now I would like to save it. So we can see that I created a category. I name it color 1. The type is select 1. It's not visible to public. And what will happen next? If you choose to actually label awards, you create a category and then you need to assign awards to the specific category. So where we are assigning awards, you remember that it was under the award details. So again, under the awards section, I'm sorry. So we will click on awards. And let's say, let's bring all the awards at the moment. So let's say I want to assign categories to those 2 awards. So because I select a tick option, now I can scroll down. And from the choose action drop-down list, I would now choose color 1 because I already created this category. But because I select value, select 1, I will be able only to select green or select red. I cannot select many in this option. If you would like to create another category and have a possibility to assign awards to many types, then you would need to select many. So it's also very easy process. I can go back to categories. So we can already edit this category. So let's click on edit. So this time we will choose select. Oh, I cannot do it, so I need to create another one. So let's go back, add a new category. So this time color 2. So we will go with select many. So it will be red and yellow and purple, for example. And then save. And again, we need to go back to awards. Show awards. You would need to look for the relevant award for your organization. I'm only choosing the random awards, test awards. So, for example, I want to assign category to this award. So again, I'm scrolling down. I will choose action, alter category. So this time it will be color 2. But this time I can select purple and red and yellow and save. So category, it's like additional functionality helping you to recognize awards. And when you will be downloading your Excel spreadsheet, then you would see additional column category. And simply when you will be performing any search or any filters, you can also search or filter awards by category. So it's like additional tool which can help you to look for the correct awards. It's a tool where you can label the awards. There is another tool which is usually used by research organization and which is called notes. So you already heard this term before because we saw reporting notes on the awards page. So it's usually, like I said, used by research organization, and Note allows a department administrator access to eval administrative functionalities, but limited to awards within a specific note. So you need to, you can create a note. You can assign specific number of awards to this note, and the note administrator will only see this specific number of the awards. So the note admin would not have visibility for all awards. And it's very straightforward process to do it. So what we can do, we can add a new note. We can give it name. So usually, like I said, it's used by organization, Department of Archaeology. It was already created, so we can add one number. You can add name, email address, and then there will be again email template with pre-populated content. And if you will click on add, the invitation has been sent to a node administrator, and a new reporting node has been created. So you can see we created a Department of Archaeology 1.1, but there is no awards. We only created a name of the node, and we sent invitation to a node administrator. Now we would need to assign specific number of the awards to this node, and we can do it again from the awards page. So again, if I will click on show awards, I can, for example, choose 3 awards. I will scroll down, choose action, and here I'm looking for assigning reporting node, alter reporting node, and it was Department of Archaeology 1.1, save. Our request is being queued. And if I will go back to reporting nodes, at some point, I should see that the 2 awards has been assigned to Department of Archaeology. But like I said, this tool, it's mainly used by research organization, especially if they want to assign a specific number of awards to the certain department. So another functionality we can also talk about, it's briefly section management. So under the section management, you would find information about additional questions. Some organization added additional questions, some of them no. As you probably know, there is a 15 common outcomes categories that PIs need to report on them. If you would like to add additional questions, that I would advise you to contact your customer success managers to talk about it in details. And I think the last functionality that I wanted to show you before we will move and talk briefly about communication, it's organization details. So if you are looking again at the eval section, under general admin, there is an organization details subsection. And we are advising and recommending to update your organization details, because this organization details will be visible at our community page. So for example, when the submission period is open and the PI would like to contact your funding organization, they can find your details on our community page. So here you can provide information such as description of your organization, you can add logo, you can add your terms and conditions. And if you would like that this information needs to be visible on our community page, you would need to click on website contact and then provide your title, first name, last name. If you don't have any person responsible for contacting PIs, then you can add like general email address and save changes. So if I will go and now click on our community page, so here you can find information about funders, charities, centers, and research organization. So for example, if I will click on any funder information, so this information will be visible for PIs. So there is a description of the organization, their details. There is also information about upcoming submission period and past submission period. So the moment you are updating information on organization details website, section, this information will be also visible on our community page. So I think that's all in regards to platform functionalities, ResearchFish platform functionalities. I hope I didn't miss anything. I explained you the most important features. And now I would like to talk briefly, literally briefly, about communication. As you probably know, communication is a very important and part of a successful submission period and good quality data. And we have looked at how we introduce ResearchFish to researchers, and we would like to encourage you also to do the same. And you will find many resources on the platform, useful documents. We have also dedicated ResearchFish YouTube channel. We have user manual guides. And briefly, I will show you when you can find this useful information. So let me log out first from my test account. So even on the login page, you would already find useful information which you can use when you are communicating with the PIs. So for example, here there is a video and introduction to ResearchFish. And here we are presenting interesting articles, mainly for the researchers, how their information is used by the funders, what happens to the information they enter into ResearchFish. So it's very useful to actually use this information when you are communicating with your funders. And if I will go back and log into my ResearchFish test account, we have a section that you already probably saw, which is called knowledge base. And if I would click on the knowledge base, there is a many sections here, which I again recommend to have a look, especially before upcoming 2025 UK multi-funder submission period. It's setup and implementation. So here we have sections for funders, researchers, centers and research organizations. So if I would click on funders, you can here have a look at RHT guidance. We have also top tips how to communicate with your researchers, and very useful documents which is called communication templates. Here you will find ready-to-use templates which you can use and personalize and change it according to your business needs when you are communicating with your PIs. If I will go back to our knowledge base, so under support documents and under funders section, we have a frequent asked question listing. You will also find helpful videos. Like I said, we have a dedicated ResearchFish YouTube channel. And you can also find here, apart from the videos, if you are not a type of visual learner, you can also find a user guide. So basically everything what I have explained to you today, you can also download user guide, and you can follow guide, set up a submission period according to the instruction provided in this guides. We have also a help section. If I would click here, it's a page dedicated mainly for the PIs. So researchers can join a webinar, and we will start running webinars this Thursday. Jorge will be delivering webinar every Thursday at 10 a.m. UK time, I'm sorry. So you can also let the PI knows that we will be running these webinars. and they will also find user guides and additional documentation. Apart from the information you will find on the website, on the platform itself, we have dedicated live chat, which is available from Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. UK time. You can also contact us via support@researchfish.com. So I think that's all. Let's have a look if we have any questions. We have only 4 minutes. Do we have any questions? Thank you, Tony. So additional questions. So I was saying that it's the best is to talk to customer success manager, your dedicated customer manager, which is in your case, it's me. So I'm happy to discuss it with you later on when we will have a check-in call or separate session. Is it okay? Great, thank you. Anything more? Any more questions? Perfect. Thank you very much once again. And I wish that the upcoming submission period will run successfully. And like I said before, we are here to help you and support you. And if you need to contact us, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you very much and goodbye.